Welcome back to the Madco Fab Show. I really am recording, so ha ha ha. All right, we're destroying this shop for yet one more time. We gotta do some stuff, so check this out. I know I got stuff all over it, but look. See how glossy and glassy and pretty that all looks? It brings out the wood grain. Looks good, don't it?
I did it.
She did. And we're gonna show you how we got here. What we did. You know, I like to split up my videos a little bit. You guys know how not everything's gonna be about vehicles. It's gonna be about the things we've done. So we are currently just stripping shelves to get everything off. That way we can finish up these shelves. And she's fucking snot down her throat. All right. So first step is we gotta take this raw lumber. This is that rough cut poplar. Makes a hell of a countertop. It's 1 inch thick. It's some tough stuff, man. Some tough stuff. That backboard ripped my paint off my wall. But whatever. So, first step is I'm gonna take 150 grit, 180 grit, and I'm gonna break this down. Nice and smooth, get rid of all this rough, like this rough cut BS that's on it, you know? It's all gotta come off of it. You can see the hairs and the fibers there. But, sand them down, get those R's off there from where they factory cut them. Blah, blah, blah. Same thing down here. Down there, right here. So while she's sanding, I'm probably gonna go around with the router and roll this edge all the way around, even things up, roll this edge, break those edges over there and roll them off. Get everything kind of just situated the way they like it, get everything done, and then y'all will come back, start clear coating. So, we'll be right back, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll be right back. And then I want to show you all some other stuff we're doing. So, I'll be right back. Okay, can you grab my router over there, please?
Yes.
Okay, y'all. DeWalt cordless router. Just want to show you what I'm doing so you can kind of get an idea yourself. If you're doing your countertops and you got that corner edge, you can leave this corner edge right here if you want. I just don't really want that corner edge there because say I'm gonna put something up here, I don't have anything locally. Say I'm gonna throw something up here big, right? Say it slides off because I didn't get it all the way up there, it'll break that edge off and it'll chip this and kick it back. Kind of like when we took this backsplash. Imagine this happening right here because something caught the edge and ripped it off. So what you can do is you can take a router, and these are just generic cheap router bits from Amazon or eBay, one of the damn two. But like right now, I'm gonna use a corner rounded 3/8 bit for my router. You don't have to have a cordless DeWalt. I just happen to have one. And I'm gonna round these edges off and break them off. I've already started over here, so you can get an idea of what I'm doing. Check this out. If you wanna make a full round, just try to line that up in the camera so you can see it. If you wanna make the full round, if you go too far, you'll leave a little bit of a square edge. You can break that off with your sander. Just go ahead and grind it, and then you set your depth, and that gives you your height of your round. So, come on over here. You can see it. You can see right now, if you can get under there, I don't know if you can, but that's giving me my edge, my full edge, and I was saying it'll give you a little bit of a square line. That's what that line is right here on top and bottom. That's because I have this at full depth right now. It won't go any deeper. So if I continue to make this stick out further, it's just gonna make a deeper, squarer line into this. So right now, we're good to go. So to set your depth, this particular router, I can set my depth this direction. I can set it go up and down. All routers have a depth setting. So check it out. I don't have a pencil with me right now, but you see this little square edge right here? If I take that depth and I go all the way up, that square edge will be routed into my piece of wood. So I want to take this router depth just to round the edges off, and I want to try to set, if you look across the plane, I want to set that top of that 90 or that corner just a tiny bit higher than the plane of my router. The reason I'm doing that is, if you look down here, see these little lines right here? Those little itty bitty lines are where that depth, that 90, is set just a tiny bit higher than the plane. I want that because my sander will break that edge off. I don't have to worry about that edge being permanently there. It'll go away. So now, if you look down here, right now, if you go on this side of me, you can see how that router bit is tied up against this piece of wood. That's gonna give us a good break on this edge, and I don't have to worry about something sliding off the table and cracking the edge off, splitting the wood. It just helps ensure that, you know, it's gonna last a little longer, shelf life kind of thing. So, that's what I'm gonna do, is break some edges off, and you guys can watch for a second. So, as you can see, she's sanding. What we're using are these Bauer DA style sanders. I use them for detailing and like buffing and waxing my cars and stuff. But hey, these things work freaking great, guys. 6-inch variable, they have them at 7-inch, dual action, that's what DA stands for. Set snap lock, or what we call Velcro. You can get them in different grit, different sizes, but as you can see right now, we're running 180. Like I said, y'all, you just want to knock like that line off there where my router edge is caught. Just kind of smooth it off, make it nice and flat, nice and clean looking. That's the only real goal here. So what she's doing is she's gonna go around and hit that whole bottom shelf, get it all clean and pretty. And I'm gonna go and hit this whole top shelf, get it all clean and pretty. And then, when we get there, I'll come back and show you what the next step is. Aries the shop dog! Why'd you freak out, girl? All right. Somebody over here is having sanding problems. And what's wrong?
It's messing with my facials.
Your facials?
My nose.
Sinuses?
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, you sound like shit. This is probably where somebody really smart in the YouTube universe is going to tell you that you should
use a respirator.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those things. I just say pop the door open and breathe this shit. It's good for you. Okay, so you can see, man, that's like glass right there. And it's starting to break that edge off. It's starting to clean it up. See that outline? That's where my sander started to take off the fuzzies and clean it all up. You can see the same thing over here with hers. And we're gonna go ahead and sand this whole thing down, this whole bottom down, and then probably hit these uprights. These uprights are gonna be painted oil-based black. The trim around the doors will be oil-based black. And like around the attic access will be oil-based black, around that door over there, so on and so forth. So the uprights don't really need to be perfect, but cleaned up. And then the bottom be sanded off. If you all have allergies and your allergies are bad, sanding poplar is gonna tear you up. So I'll give you a little footage of footage, whatever the hell we're doing. Let's try up here. Stay. Good camera. When you start to eat out your pads, you're gonna want to change them. I wait until they're like smooth and you can't feel nothing anymore. But that's the idea. Whole damn countertop, every edge, everything. Get it nice and smooth, nice and clean. That's important. So when you move on to your next step, which is gonna be your lacquer, your clear coat per se, you're gonna wanna make sure you have everything as smooth as you can get it, as cleaned up as you can get it. So, we're gonna go ahead and finish sanding everything off. and then we'll bring you back after we clean everything up and show you the next step. You know, I'm not really 100% sure, but me and her always end up doing some of the shittiest jobs. All right, so I'm completely across my countertop. Everything's nice and clean. We're gonna blow this big, giant, dusty bitch out. And it's gonna look like an old person fart out there, but hey, we're gonna get this dust out of here and then we'll bring you right back to the channel. Keep following the show. We've blown this place out about 4 freaking times. You wanna get as much of the dust back out of here as you can. It ain't gotta be perfect because in my case, and the way I like these, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, so see this countertop, see how it's pretty smooth. It ain't perfect, y'all, but it's pretty smooth. Let me see if I can get you that reflection. There ain't nothing big in there. There ain't no big pieces. It looks like glass. It's basically, you know, could use one more coat or two, but it is what it is. This here has got 2 coats on it. That down there ain't got nothing on it. It's all fresh. So we've hit all this down with 180 grit. Broke the edges like I was explaining, and got rid of all the small pieces, got rid of all the hang-ups, the little fuzzies hanging around. Now, the important parts, y'all. You want to find yourself a terry cloth like you're using for your cars, microfiber, things like that. And you want to go around and you'll hear it and feel it grab. It's going to get all them remaining dusts and pieces that need to be ripped off. That's what you're going for. You just want to go through and get as much of that dust and stuff as you can. I've already done it once and I'm picking up more stuff. Come over here, do the same thing, even on your raw wood. You just sanded it, so it's okay. It's not gonna grab it too much. So get all those big pieces, big chunks. Try to go in one way, you know? Basically, you just want to clean it up and get it ready for your clear coat, your lacquer. Polyurethane, whatever you're using. Okay. So, now that I have this side clean, ready to go, I can clear coat or lacquer or polyurethane, whatever I want to do. Linseed oil, whatever you're looking at. This method, making it look like glass, only works for a lacquer or a polyurethane. But the cool part is we're going to coat that, coat this, and then I'm going to recoat this one. Now, what I was saying is this has already been done a couple times, 2-3 times, and then what I've gone through and done is hit it with a sanding block that I have no damn idea where it's at right now, so I'll just, you know, oh well. But anyway, I hit it with a sanding block that's 200 or 250, I think, and broke off anything sticking up that's a tight edge or a big piece or anything like that. Now I'm gonna lay down another coat. I'll probably do that 2-3 times. That'll give me that good finish, that glass look. So, sand, clean up, clear coat, polyurethane, whatever. Let it dry, let it sit. Hit it with a 200, a 250. Clear coat it again. Let it dry, sand, clear coat again, sand, clear coat again. Do it 2-3 times. And then once you get to a good glass finish, if you really want to make it cool, go back and hit it with like a 1000 grit wet sand and a spray bottle with some water. Clean up your mess and then clear coat it again and it'll shine. And then if you really, really want to go far, you can buff it like you do your car. But I'm not. There's no need. So, are you ready?
Let's do the damn thing.
You sound excited. All right, we'll get the clear coating. So, what's your technique?
Just dip the brush and roll it around.
So you roll
Brush
it.
it.
Brush
it around.
Okay, you had me confused. So,
Start
nice
in the
even
corner,
strokes and.
all the way down until there's no more stain.
Oh, okay.
Gonna get the drips and then go back down it until we're
So you can see the reflection of her arm when she moves. you can see a reflection of like the tools and stuff above it. Where if I come down here, it's not as reflective. You can see my shadow, but it's not as reflective. You can't see the TV, nothing like that. But if you come over here, you can see the reflection of the mirror above it. You can see the light in it. So that's what you're looking for. And to achieve that, y'all, you got to sand down. You got to clear coat, poly, lacquer, whatever, clear coat basically. Clear coat it, let it dry, come back with a rough sander that I found, by the way. It's laying right here between the doggies. But you're gonna hit it, sand off all the big major chunks, and then you're gonna come back. And when you come back, you're just gonna do that 2-3 times. And what that does is that creates a seal that has no rough spots, no high spots. You're basically, you know, if you think about it on a molecular level, you're taking all your high spots and your low spots that the lacquer is covered, and you're going back through and you're knocking off all the high spots. That's what that sanding's doing. And then you're going back and putting more lacquer down, which is eventually giving the low spots the ability to catch up to the high spots, which gives it a mirror finish. That's why glass is reflective is like it is, because it's one smooth surface on the top. That's why waxing your vehicle makes it look clean and pretty and whatnot. So me over here on this side, my job is just to go ahead and coat the wood and get it coated so that way it can seal, drink it in. I'll probably have to do this 2-3 times before it's even enough to have it sanded. Her job is to make sure she's got one good, smooth, even coat. Make sure everything's nice and clean and good and smooth. So that's what we're doing. That's where we're at. She's flinging shit everywhere. We'll bring you back here in a second. All right, check this out. See how if you look down this, it's starting to look like glass. Look at this one. So see how I've coated it once? I don't know if you can see, but like right here, I think you can see a little bit of it maybe. Down there a little bit further, right in that area. You can see how it sucked it all in. That's because that wood is so dry that any moisture it's touching it, it's just gonna pull it right in. So, see that difference? There we go. See how you can see the light right here? And then right there, it's really dull. That's because that lacquer has already been soaked in. Right there. See how if I hit it again, now the light covers over? Okay. Because of that, I'm gonna go back through and I'm gonna hit it a couple more times. And I'm gonna get that nice and coat, man. Just thick coated, let it soak it all in. And then, like I said, that's when I'll go back after it dries and sand and clear coat and sand and coat, sand and coat. Something else I wanted to cover. We're using Minwax, super fast drying polyurethane for floors. The reason we're using for floors is because these are workbenches, you guys. Floors obviously take a beating. Furniture being moved around, walking on them, blah, blah, blah. These are workbenches. We want them to last for a while. Kind of like a bar top, you know? So the longer and the more work we put into them, the more polyurethane, you know, the better off these things are going to be. We could have just used a good acrylic or a good polyurethane, and hell, it probably wouldn't even last that long. So, kind of wanted to give you an update, show you what product we're using. That's where we're at, and see how it goes from that. You can see right here, it's going from that light color to that darker color. And it just really brings out that grain. I mean, it's beautiful. It makes you not want to put anything back up on the shelf. But tough titty said the kitty, you know? So, oh, you really see that mirror finish on that thing today. Here we go. All right, so this is dried to the touch where she coated it just a little bit ago, remember? And you can see it's got some pretty good gloss to it, but I'm thinking we hit it one more time. So I've started over here and working my way out of the corner, and I'm gonna go on down. She's got to work tonight, so she's in there napping. But then I'll come over here and I'll hit all this. get this down again. The fumes from this and that make your eyes burn, man. It's like pepper spray. But small price to pay. I want to get this done and get it complete. Get everything back, reorganized, paint the uprights, and just be done with this damn project. But it's the next step, and I wanted to show you all. So I'm gonna coat her one more time, make it look good. All right. So it's day 2. Looks like my battery's getting ready to die. So yeah, that's gonna happen. All right, check it out. All this is dry, and I know you probably can't see it, and I'll do my best to get in there, but it's rough right here. Lacquer didn't really take in all that much. It soaked it all up. Things like that. So I'm gonna go through with that sander and a real fine grit, knock the tops off, get it all ready, and then I'm gonna do the same thing to that countertop over there, and then I'm gonna sand that bottom one and get it ready, and then these are the top pieces that go up here like this to finish everything. So, let me get started on that, and I'll be right back to you. Okie dokie. So, I think I found a spot I can show you all. See all this white residue? That's that polyurethane that I've sanded off the top. But I think I found a spot to show you guys what I'm talking about. Like, you can see how it's all kind of like matte finish-ish, you know? Something like that. Check this out. I hope this shows up on the old camera or phone or whatever the hell you're watching it on. But like in this position right here, you can see all these little bumps and all these little ripples. All this BS. You can almost use the window as a way to see it. Anyway, this sanding and what I'm doing right now, that's going to eliminate that. It's going to take everything down to a plane. And then when I lay down my next coat of poly, it fills in all the high spots, low spots, because I sanded and I took it down to all one height. And that's what all that dust is all the high spots and uneven spots. So now, I'll sand that off, I'll poly it again, and get ready. And then down here I started sanding on that shelf, or I've got to start sanding on that shelf here soon. Around the edges, all that fun stuff. Break off anything big on this uprights. And then go over here and get all these tops. And then it's onto the poly work. And it's just the same process over and over and over. Now remember, this process can be done, you guys, on your hardwood floors in your house. They even have industrial size sanders, big old discs on the end of them and whatnot. And you can break them down and have your house floors look just like this. Nice and smooth, super glossy. They look pretty. Well, remember when I started this channel, I alluded to the fact I've got years in home remodel and construction industry. You know, I'll even let you all know I left home at 14 years old to go work construction. So I've been doing it a long time. But on to the show. Let me keep moving. Let me keep getting get done what we're doing. Back to choring, basically, is what I'm saying. So I'll grab you all here in a minute before I start laying my poly down. But take a look around the garage because she is about to be one dusty, shitty mess. All right, so if you're doing this in your house, like a new hardwood floor or whatever, let's cover a couple things. One, that's better. One, you guys, I'm making workbenches way further than most people would. Most people would just lay down chipboard, whatever. Not me, man. I mean, I'm one of them people where I want you to see my workbench. I want you to be like, damn. That's just my mentality. That's kind of who I am. It's what I do. But you can see the bottom's nice and sanded. What I was getting at, I'm getting off track. What I was getting at is if you're doing this in your house with a hardwood floor, or say you're doing this in your garage, anything that you can get out of that area, dressers, couch, anything you can just get completely out of the room, do it. Because damn, I mean, it is just, it's rough. I mean, it's rough. It's the price I pay, though. Number 2, Mass ventilation, you know, probably a good idea. I know there's people out there who are gonna watch it right now and be like, hey, look at this, you don't have a mask on, how dumb is he? You know what, I don't give a shit. I've never been one to wear a mask, only in certain situations. But, yet I digress. What I'm getting at is, this makes a mess. So, now I am on to cleaning this place out, get all the dust out of here, and on to the easy part, laying down some poly. So, we'll take that handy dandy blower and blow it over to the neighbor's house. That's what I do. And that's the kind of guy I am. Look at that. An insane amount of dust. So, what I'm going to do is get all the dust out of here. I'm going to wipe everything down with microfiber. I don't know where in the hell them are. But I'm going to wipe everything down with a microfiber and get all the debris off of it. Everything I can. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to start laying down poly. At this point, you guys, you kind of have a good concept of what I'm doing. You know how to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'll bring you all back once everything has been polyed and all the workbenches are completely done. I'm going to even try to take some of my black paint and paint one of these and give you an idea of what it's going to look like completely finished. Obviously, if you follow the channel, you'll be able to see these workbenches further in life and in their fullest. So, like I said, I'll bring you all back when I'm done. Welcome back to the show! Ain't that special? Well, give them a good look. Now, I mean, damn, I just, woo-wee! All right, so as you can see, a toss-up between the two of us, but we've gone through and painted all the uprights. Countertops are done, backsplashes are in. See how that relatively easy project, now I know you guys gotta go back through some videos and back through some stuff, but you can see how a relatively easy project, a relatively simple thing to do, just explodes, you guys. Changes all of it. It makes everything look just amazing. So that's pretty much the end of the garage remodel.
There's just one piece left and the doggies were in the way.
Yeah, that piece down there, right there. The doggies were in the way. So there's some things left, like hang some signs and some stuff like that. Definitely going to throw up a poster for Ken Block. You know, rest in peace. But nonetheless, that's the garage pretty much full remodel. I mean, look at the countertops, you guys. It's things like, can you get that? I mean, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but like parts of the grain and the run in the grain, and just, it's such a simple, easy way to really make things pop.
This one's my favorite.
That one right there is your favorite?
Yes.
I like that one too. But, I mean, what did it take us? Total time in the countertops. I'm talking about building them, staining them, cutting them, all the BS, everything we've done. Not staining,
I'm not
but
sure, because you have more time in it than me.
I would say, yeah, but total man hours, I would say somewhere around maybe 15 hours total.
Yeah, something
15,
like that.
20 hours total. So 15, 20 hours invested, and it's not terrible, you guys. It's not that bad. It's not that hard of work to do. But as you can see,
there ain't nothing to it but to do it. And do it right the first damn time.
Hopefully, right the first damn time. But that's it. So then hopefully next video is back on the Tacoma. Just wanted to kind of wrap up everything we did, everything that's happened. Like I said, you guys, simple, easy way to really make your shop boom, make things look incredible. And I didn't put in a whole lot of, by the way, how much money do we have in the countertops total? The tops were,
I want to say like 400 total between
the countertops, the stain,
paint,
everything. I think, yeah, it's right around, I'd say 400 to 600.
2x4s, no more than 400.
No more than 4, you think?
No more than 4, because
Wasn't that
Southern
polyurethane
State.
like 180? That's why I said I think it's like 4 to 6, somewhere in there. It's like 4 to 6. I can do the math and give everybody a punch list if you want. I have all the receipts, but I'm not that interested in it, honestly. But
don't fool them. Those receipts are in the landfill by now.
no, they're not. Those receipts are in that NASA book right there.
Well, good. It's about time we became
If I learned
organized.
if I learned anything from American Pool, that was it. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the end of the show, the happening, the have been, whatever you want to call it. This episode. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you next week.
Tune in next time to Mad Cove Fab's channel.